Hey y'all, welcome to Hillbilly Garage. Well, tonight we've been doing a little bit more of this tear down on the pool hall here, and we have discovered a few things. I know last time we talked about the broken push rod out of number 6.
Wait, let me see it again. Let me see it. Bent.
Well, it's broke.
Yeah, but it's also bent.
Well, yeah, but and so I went ahead and tore into it a little bit more, and had 2 spun rod bearings on the 5 and 6 journal, and crankshaft's got a little bit of damage to it. It could probably be turned.
What's
Right here's where you got the damage. And this right here is just a little bit deep, but I'm sure it would turn out.
now? What's this thing for?
Well, I'm getting ready to explain that. But when I was checking on the main bearings, which turns out are not really very bad at all, considering what else we got going on. Because down in the bottom of the pan, we got all kinds of shiny, sparkly sludge. And of course, you know, you're going to have that when you spin a rod bearing. You got that metal's going to make its way down. I mean, considering what we're up against, it's not terrible. But here's the kicker. As I was fighting to get the Pistons out, because number 5
You show them the piston.
Number 5 was actually stuck in a hole from rust and corrosion. But number 2 is actually broken. That's the one
Wow.
that we saw had the damage up top, and I thought it was broke, and I was right. All the wrist pins are really, really tight. All the rings are crudted up. Number 1's got some damage too. And haven't found any solids in it yet, but I did dig the intake out and take a look at it. And see, this would be number 4. Is all burnt and melted. And that is usually from valve stuck open and blowing hot gases back up in through the intake valve. But I don't know, I'm really confused, because even though the head, look, I'm guessing somebody must have tore it apart, slapped some used parts in it or something, and tried to put it back together. It's the only thing that would make any sense. And then something else that I've discovered that shows me that there's been something going on in here. Although the main bearings are standard, the rod bearings are standard, and the date code on the rods, I don't know if y'all can see or not, are 0605 standard. So that should mean that they're original. And same with the main bearings, 0405. So I don't know. Found some RTV in a couple extra places on the pan gasket, which you do use RTV when you put the end covers on, but not throughout the middle. But anyway, as I was fighting the Pistons out and finally got them out and getting ready to do the main bearings, I discovered that the crankshaft seemed unusually tight, especially for a worn engine. And even after I took a couple, 2 or 3 of the main caps off, it was still really tight. So I took the 3 middle mains out, laid the crank back in the front and the back bearing, set up my dial indicator here, and if you'll get to where you can watch that. Crankshaft's bent. It has 33 thousandths run out on the middle journal.
So it's not supposed to move like that, the
No.
needle? Where is it supposed to be?
It's not supposed to hardly move. Well, it ain't supposed to move at all. A little bit of wiggle would be okay, but 33 thousandths, that means this crankshaft is bent. And now there's witness mark here. I did hit it with a hammer, but there was already hammer marks here on this crankshaft at the high point of the bend. So somebody knew that crankshaft was bent. And they tried, because, you know, sometimes you're not going to get that much out of it. But, you know, crankshaft can be fixed. But with the rod journals, or this rod journal, the shape it is, crankshaft bent. And honestly, I wasn't even planning on using this crankshaft anyway, because I've got a forged crankshaft in river rat that I'm going to use. So, but I did want to try to save this one to use for something else, but I don't know, it'd probably be more expensive to get it fixed than it would be to find a replacement. So we're probably gonna, I don't know, make a lamp out of it or something.
Send it to the scrap yard.
Send it to the scrap. I don't know. I might call and see what it would cost to fix it. We'll check it out. It's worth a phone call anyway. But so that's what we found, and I have not got the camshaft out yet because it would not slide through, and I need to get in further to see what's going on. But oh, and the pin, the alignment dial pin off the front of the camshaft that locates your timing chain sprocket was broke off. It was wedged into the keyway right there when I took it apart. So yeah, this thing suffered a major boo-boo. And I think somebody tried to slap it back together and were unsuccessful. But I don't know, it can be fixed. May need to get this block board, I'm not sure yet. If we do, we will. And obviously it's gonna get all new cam bearings and a new cam and everything, so it'll all be taken care of. But I wanted to bring y'all up to speed on the carnage we found in Pool Hall. And there must have been a bar fight in the pool hall. Who knows? 'Cause the engine lost.
What about the run stand? You want to update him on the run stand?
Sure, yeah. Let's go a little walkthrough on the run stand.
It's not completely ready to fire up, but he has some stuff attached.
It is pretty close. The wiring harness is all built. Here is wiring to the fans, the alternator, main, ground. This is the wiring for the water pump. I have my master switch is installed. That energizes the power. Fans run. You have to listen close. The water pump is real quiet. Let me let that fan die off. I don't even know if y'all can hear that. But the water pump's running. The fuel pump, it's running. There is power for the distributor. It is energized with this switch, which turns on the exciter wire, distributor wire, and starter.
Do that again. You can see it sparking.
I don't. It ain't supposed to spark.
Oh.
Connection's loose. Okay. And the starter works.
So what are we waiting on?
We're waiting on the gauges for the instrument panel, which are going to go here. Oil pressure, temperature, and I went ahead and ordered the voltmeter too. Here is our throttle control. And it will obviously run up here and run the throttle.
What's this switch for?
That's a fuel pump. And you see my pretty plug wires that I've got on there.
Which engine is this you got on there?
This is Sludge Monster.
Which was our
our very first one, our original one. The one that started the whole project. And she's ready to go. It's a flat tappet cam. That's why we need the run stand so we can get it broke in. And I've got the break-in oil. It's a new carburetor that I put on there. And a pretty new air cleaner that we got with Little Red Corvette. But I'll finish getting this all plumbed up, and then we're going to be ready to put some fluids in this thing and see if we can get it fired up and broke in. That's going to be exciting. And we'll try to give everybody a little heads up, when we're going to do it, so everybody can be watching for it. But I sure do appreciate all of you that stop in and visit with us. We asked you to comment, share your thoughts. We asked you to like and subscribe. Help us build up that subscription base.
We now have a business email and a phone number.
Yes, we have a business email and a business phone number, and you can find that information at our Facebook page, R&B Engine Revivals. And we'll be posting some information about what's going on in the garage on there too. So y'all check it out, visit with us, and we appreciate you. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.